Bore da iawn I chi gyd a chroeso i'r oedfa foreol. Mae'n hyfryd I weld chi gyd yn aelodau yn gyfeillion yn ymwelwyr ani y bore yma. We have many visitors this morning. It's lovely to see you all. There was a special day yesterday and I know that some have come to celebrate again this morning with Uncle John ar ôl parti penblwydd 95. Which was a lovely afternoon yesterday. So please come down, make sure you don't rush away at the end of the service, because there will be a little something special downstairs as well following the service. Felly mae'n hyfryd I weld chi gyd, croeso cynnes, a very warm welcome to everyone. I will mention three in particular. As I said, I mentioned Uncle John, but it's lovely to see Tudor back with us. He was 1 day short of being 7 weeks in hospital. So it is lovely to see Tudor back. But you couldn't have stayed that 1 day. You could have had a celebration for 7 weeks. But it's lovely to see you. And also Lisa a Sioned yma. Gwraig a merch Selwyn. It's lovely to see both of you with us this morning, and it'll be lovely to have a chat with you at the end of the service. Ond fe unwn ni nawr I ganu gyda'n gilydd rhif 38, our opening hymn, number 38, Geiriau Gwilym Hiraethog, cariad 3 at yr euog ddyn, cariad heb ddechreuad arno, cariad heb ddim diwedd iddo, cariad gaeth y clod, trabor nef yn bod, 38. Mae yna 3 darlleniad ar eich cyfer chi y bore yma, 3 readings, but don't worry, they're not long, the 3 of them. Now I hope and pray that you pay attention to the reading at every service. But there is, although there are 3 different readings, there is a unifying element, as it were, throughout the 3, so you'll have to listen very carefully this morning. And if you're following in the English Bibles, in your pews, the first reading is from Matthew chapter 2. Matthew chapter 2 and verses 19 to 23. That's the first reading, and then I'll mention the second reading afterwards, and the third. So Matthew chapter 2, verses 19 to 23. A fyddai'n gofyn I chi beth yw'r ddolen gyswllt rhwng y tri. Matthew 2, 19. Ar ôl I Herod farw, dyma angel yr arglwydd yn ymddangos mewn breuddwyd I Joseph yn yr Aifft, ac yn dweud, cod a chymer y plentyn a'i fam gyda thi, a dos I wlad Israel, oherwydd bu farw yr rhai oedd yn ceisio bywyd y plentyn. Yna cododd Joseph a chymerodd y plentyn a'i fam gydag ef, a mynd I wlad Israel. Ond wedi clywed bod Archealus yn teyrnasu dros Juda yn lle I dad Herod, daeth ofn ar Joseph fynd yno. Cafodd ei rybuddio mewn breuddwyd ac ymadawodd I barthau Galilea, ac ymsefydlodd mewn tref a elwyd Nazareth, fel y cyflawnid y gair a lefarwyd trwy'r proffwydi, gelwir ef yn Nazaread. And then we turn to John chapter 1, verses 43 to 51. John chapter 1, verses 43 to 51. And again, if you're following in the English, we're on page 1080. Ioan 1, 43 I 51. Tranoedd penderfynodd Iesu ymadael a mynd I Galilea. Cafodd hyd I Philip ac meddai wrtho canlyn fi. Gŵr o Bethsaida, tref Andreas a Pedr oedd Philip. Cafodd Philip hyd I Nathanael a dweud wrtho, a rydym wedi darganfod y gŵr ysgrifennodd Moses yn y gyfraith amdano. A'r proffwydi hefyd, Iesu, fab Joseph o Nazareth. Dywedodd Nathanael wrtho, a all dim da ddod o Nazareth? Tir di weld ebe Philip wrtho. Gwelodd Iesu Nathanael yn dod tuag ato ac meddai amdano, dyma Israeliad gwerth yr enw, heb ddim twyll ynddo. Gyfynodd Nathanael iddo, sut yr wyt yn fadnabod I? Atebodd Iesu ef, gwelais di cyn I Philip alw arnat, pan oeddet dan y ffigisbren. Rabi, meddai Nathanael wrtho, ti yw mab Diw, ti yw brenin Israel. Ac yna ni'n neidio nôl fel petai I Efengil Luke. We then go back to Luke chapter 4, verses 16 to 21. And that's on page 1046 of the English Bibles. Luke chapter 4, verses 16 to 21. Daeth I Nazareth, lle roedd wedi fagu. Yn ôl I arfer, aeth i'r synagog ar y dydd Saboth a chododd I ddarllen. Roddwyd iddo lyfr y proffwyd Esaia, ac agorodd y sgrôl a chael y man lle roedd yn ysgrifenedig, a mae ysbryd yr arglwydd arnaf, oherwydd iddo fyneinio I bregethu newydd da I dlodion, a mae wedi fanfon I gyhoeddi ryddhad I garcharorion ac adferiad golwg I ddeillion. I beri'r gorthrymedig gerdded yn rhydd, I gyhoeddi blwyddyn ffafr yr arglwydd. Wedi cael sgrôl a'i roi yn ôl i'r swyddog, fe eisteddodd, ac yr oedd llygaid pawb yn y synagog yn syllu arno. A'i eiriau cyntaf wrthynt oedd, heddiw yn eich cliw chwi a mae'r ysgrythur hon wedi ei chyflawni. Chwaneged yw I fendith at y darllen a'r gwrando a'r deall hefyd. A chi wedi sylwi beth oedd y ddolen gyswllt rhwng y tri? Beth? Nazareth, yes. And you shall call him a Nazarene. And that will be our meditation later on in this service. Felly Nazareth oedd y ddolen gyswllt rhwng y cyfan. Ac fe un o'n ni nawr i gannu yr ail emyn sef 809, 809. 809. Dragwyddol holl y lluog i o'r creawdwr nef a llawr, o gwrando ar ein gweddi dair ar ran ein byd yn awr. A mostwng atom yn dy ras o gwrando ar ein cri, ac mewn trigaredd arglwydd i o'r yn dirion ateb ni, 809. Yn aml am y ddwy linell na dyrostwng ben y balch i lawr a chod y tlawd i'r lan. Geiriau hyfryd. Wel, cyfle ni nawr yn ôl ein harfer i droi at Dduw mewn gweddi. Let us turn now to God in prayer. Let us all pray. Cydweddiw. Arglwydd ein Duw, i ni'n plygu ger dyfrond unwaith yn rhagor mewn gweddi y bore yma. A gan ddeisif ac gan ofyn yn ostyngedig am darweiniad di yn ein hoedfa foreol heddiw. Gwyddom ein bod yn gallu nesau atat gyda'n geiriau yn aml, ond weithiau mae'n meddyliau ni yn dal i droi ac i grwydro ymhell oddi wrth i ti. A heb darweiniad di yn ein bywydau ni a byddwn ansicr o'r ffordd ymlaen, a heb dy nerth a thnoddau di, byddai'n bywydau'n gallu bod yn llawn anobaith a heb gyfeiriad. Ac i ni'n gweddio nawr yn ystod yr oedfa hon, ar i ni'n gael ein tywys yn codi o bethau gwael y llawr. I blith dy bethau nefolaidd di. Gracious God, as we come before you now in prayer once more this morning, we realize that you are able to speak to us in all kinds of ways and through all different kinds of people as well. But forgive us now that our minds are so often closed, as it were. Our minds closed and our ears deafened to what you have to say to us. Forgive us that we avoid that which challenges us so much in our spiritual life, or disturbs us or unsettles us from our comfortable living, as it were. Open our ears and our eyes and our hearts now to hear and to see and to feel as well, to feel what you have to say to us through the scriptures and the hymns and the readings. I ni'n cydnabod mae braint yw cael cymdeithas gyda'n gilydd yn y lle hwn. Mae hynny'n arbennig iawn. Ond braint yw chlaw, pob braint yw cael cymdeithas gyda thi dy hun. Braint yw cael cymdeithas gyda'r saint. Ni welodd neb erioed ei maint, a mae'r gymdeithas yma'n gref, ond yn y nef hi fydd yn fwy. Ac i ni'n diolch am gael cymdeithas gyda thi dy hun. Loving God and Father, we think now of all those in trouble and turmoil this morning. We think of those in sickness and bereavement. Some of our friends and family and fellow members here at Eglwys Gymraeg Canol Llundain. We think of many who are in need of our prayers and thoughts this morning. Be with them now and help them feel as well that there are people thinking of them now during our act of worship and devotion. A rwy ti yng nghanol holl helynt a helbil bywyd, ac mae digon o helynt a helbil o'n cwmpas ni yn y byd yn gyfan. Does unman a ti hwnt ith gonsyrn di. Dangos i ni felly y ffordd sydd yn arwain i lawenydd y goleuni yna. Goleuni yna sydd yn diwallu'r tywyllwch. Ac ein bod ni yn gallu gweld y daioni yn y byd yn hytrach na'r drygioni yn aml. Sylwi a chraffu ar y drygioni byddwn ni yn aml. A maddau ni ein bod yn gael llawenydd weithiau mewn anghyfiawnder. A hynny'n hytrach na chyd lawenhau gyda'r gwirionedd. Ond diolchwn i ti o'r newydd y bore hwn, bod oleuni di wedi llywyrchu yn y tywyllwch. A gweddiwn yn awr am ras i ymgyffred ac i ymdeimlo ar goleuni yna. Mae'r hyder a'r ffydd i dystiolaethu am y goleuni. Be with us now during our service this morning. And may all that is said and done to be the glory of your name and the furtherance of your kingdom here in this place in particular and in the world in general, on earth as it is in heaven. Derbyn i nawr felly yn gymeradwy yn dy olwg di. Wrth i ni gyflwyno ein gweddiau cyhoeddus fel hyn ynghyd a deisyfiadau cudd a dwfn ein calonau ni, ger dyfron di mewn gweddi. Wedi maddau ein hamal diffygion a beiau i therbyn di ac yn erbyn ein gilydd. A mae'n bod yn gofyn y cyfan oll yn enw ac yn heiddiant Iesu ei hun. Amen.
Del Wel, croeso cynnes I bawb o bell ag agos sy'n Hoedfa. A very warm welcome to you all to our morning service, to everyone present and also those joining us on the web. A ni'n falch iawn hefyd I weld bod Tudor gyda ni nôl yn yr Oedfa bore yma ar ôl cyfnod heriol iddo gyda iechyd. Croeso nôl, Tudor. A diolchwn i'n gweinidog am ei arweiniad a disgwyliwn yn eiddgar am ei neges uni'r bore yma. A diolch yn fawr hefyd I Mike am ei gyfraniad pwysig wrth yr organ. A ni'n edrych mlaen I glywed Manon ar y delyn. Felly, treat ychwanegol bore yma. Heno bydd oedfa hwyrol am 6 gyda Rob wrth y lliw a chylch trafod beibledd am hanner awr 4. Sil nesa yn oedfaon y bore a'r nos, y pregethwr gwadd fydd y parchedig Aled Jones, sef gweinidog Eglwys Rydd Hampstead Garden Suburb. Next Sunday, the guest minister in the morning and evening services will be the Reverend Aled Jones, the minister of Hampstead Garden Suburb Free Church. Bydd oedfa canol wythnos dydd Mercher am hanner dydd gyda the a chyfle am sgwrs I ddilyn. On the 19th of June, following the midweek service, Andrew Caskey, the managing director of Nicholson's, who did the renovation work on the organ, will be performing in the organ recital at 1:05. Bydd cyfarfod nesa'r diaconied ar nos Fercher Mehefin y 6 am hanner awr 5. Yma yn Capel Bach ac ar Zoom. Please note the change of date, June the 26th for the next deacons meeting at 5:30. Ar sil ola'r mis, sef Mehefin y 10 cynhelir gwyl y blodau yma, traddodiad pwysig yng Nghastle Street. To celebrate our flower festival on June the 30th, we invite everyone who wishes to do so to bring in a small bunch or posy of flowers, preferably in a vase, to decorate the chapel. Afterwards, of course, you may either present your flowers to whoever you wish or take them home with you. So that's June the 30th. Dyddiadau i'w cofio, ar ddydd Sadwrn, Mehefin yn 9 am 4, bydd cyngerdd haf yma gyda Chor Llundain a phlant Ysgol Gymraeg Llundain yn perfformio. That's June the 29th at 4:00, a summer concert here with Cor Llundain and the children of the London Welsh School performing. On Saturday, the 6th of July, is the final meeting of Cymdeithas Pnawn Sadwrn, with a piano recital by Louise Guy, Cardiff. Cofiwch ddod lawr I gael te a choffi ac I ddathlu pen-blwydd Uncle John ar ôl yr oedfa. Ac yn awr, fe ddawn o amgylch I dderbyn eich rhoddion. Diolch yn fawr.
son oedd stor, ond llawen o gnawn a'n haddi'n edangyd. I fwynhau'n tastiolaeth i ti anna byd. Wel, nath Ann cyfeirio at Manon a Delyn yn barod, a dwi'n cofio heddiw, achos tro diwetha oedd Manon yn chwarae, es I drwy'r bregaeth ac cyhoeddi'r Emyn Ola ac anghofio bod i'n mynd I chwarae. Ond beth bynnag am hynny. Oedd yna briodas yma dydd Gwener. We had a lovely, very small, intimate wedding on Friday with only 6 or 7 people were present, and Manon played the harp for the ceremony and very kindly left the harp here for the weekend to perform for us this morning. A fi'n siŵr na I ffi cyflwyno I darnau hunan, a dwi'n gwybod bod un ohonyn nhw yn surprise. Oes, felly, fe gawn ni wybod nawr beth yw'r surprise. Diolch yn fawr, Manon.
One of them is by the medieval composer Mudara, who wrote this fantasia. He was a lute player, so he wrote this piece originally for the lute to mimic a harpist. So therefore, I don't feel too guilty about playing it on the harp, as it probably should be, of course. And the second piece is still a surprise, but hopefully you will recognize the melody, especially if you like Toy Story. So here you go.
fawr iawn, o'n i'n teimlo fel codi a danso fanna yn yr un ola. Hyfryd, wedi bywio cain i gyd yn y bore. Diolch yn fawr, Manon. Ac fe unwn ni nawr i ganu gyda'n gilydd yr emyn nesaf sef 305, 305. Geiriau Williams Pantacelyn, rwy'n dewis Iesu a'i farwol glwy yn frawd a phriod i mi mwy. Ef yn arweinydd, ef yn ben, i'm dwy'n o'r byd i'r nefoedd wen. Wel, ynddo am ffrostia finnau mwy, fa holl elynion, dwedwch pwy o'ch cewri cedyrn, mawr a'i ri, all glwyfo mwy, fa nwyled i. 305. Ymsefydlodd mewn tref a elwyd Nazareth. Fel y cyflawnid y gair a lefarwyd trwy'r proffwydi, gelwir ef y Nazaread. He went and lived in a city called Nazareth, that what was spoken by the prophets might be fulfilled. He shall be called a Nazarene. Those are one of the verses that we read contained in the 3 readings about Nazareth and the Nazarene. Ac wrth gwrs, iddo gael ei eni ym Methlem, Judea, nid fel Iesu o Bethlem, i ni'n wedi adnabod e, ond yn hytrach Iesu o Nazareth, ynddo fe? Iesu o Nazareth, wedi enwi ar ôl y dre lle cafodd ei godi a'i fagu. Nazareth certainly was one of the backwater towns, as we say. We read that it was a 3-day journey distance from Jerusalem. But no doubt to the cultured and educated people of the capital, I'm sure, Nazareth was considered much further away than in a mere 3 days, geographically speaking. They were way behind, way behind. The people of Nazareth would have been thought of as certainly second-class citizens in the eyes of the fellow countrymen. Even Nathanael, whom Jesus said of, you remember in the reading, in whom there is no deceit. Even he said, can anything good come from Nazareth? A all dim da ddod o Nazareth, a ddichon ddim da ddyfod o Nazareth yn yr hen gyfeithiad. Do you know, you'll often find in every area, I'd say, of the world, some town or village will be made the butt of all the jokes. And it's usually the next town or village to which you live, isn't it? Chi gyd yn gwybod mod i'n dod o Benclawdd, byddwn ni ddim licio gweithio chi beth ni'n galw bobl sy'n dod o Dregwyr, neu maen nhw'n galw ni hefyd, ond i ni yn ffrindiau yn y pen draw, ni'n dod mlaen yn dda, ni'n ffrindiau yn y pen draw. Ond mae pawb yn yr un peth, ynddo fe? But this title given to Jesus as a Nazarene, well, it certainly wasn't given as a term of endearment. It was to express contempt. Contempt, and he's still held in contempt by some today, isn't he? After saying that, Jesus himself was never ashamed of this name, because he called himself, he referred to himself as Jesus of Nazareth. Roedd darn enwog i gore meibion gan Joseph Parry, Iesu o Nazareth. Oedd e'n boblogaidd iawn slawer dydd yn yr Eisteddfodau. A wngos rai ohonoch chi yn gyfarwydd enillodd Dyfed, yr bardd a'r archdderwydd enwog. Gader yr Eisteddfod yn ffair y byd yn Chicago ar ei awdl Iesu o Nazareth. But it's a wondrous thing, isn't it, to think how Jesus lowered himself. We sang that hymn, Darostwng ben y balch I lawr. Oedd Iesu ddim yn falch, person llawn hunan falchder. He lowered himself to the very bottom rung of society, as it were. Why was he born in Bethlehem, Judea? Why not in Rome, the capital of all the known world at the time? And why settle in Galilee? And if so, why not in a city like Capernaum? They say that was a very beautiful city. Why go to the lowest of the low, that most despised of despised country and county? And again, if he must come to Nazareth, of all places, follow him even a little step lower, why must he be born a simple carpenter's son? Couldn't he have been the son of a local rabbi or an official at a synagogue? Na, fe gwacaodd fe hun. Na beth ni'n darllen yn Philippiaid. Gwacaodd fe hun. A'r adnod hyfryd yn Corinthiaid. Ac yntau'n gyfoethog ddod yn dlawd dros y chwi, mwyn I chwi ddod yn gyfoethog drwy dlodi ef, so that you, by his poverty, might become rich. A'r pwynt cyntaf dwi am rannu gyda chi bore yma yw hyn. Roedd Iesu yn Nazaread wedi cael I ddirmygu yn ei oes I hun ac yn dal I gael I ddirmygu gan ryw rai hyd y dydd heddiw. Jesus the Nazarene. He was despised during his lifetime, and he's still despised by some to this day. That's my first point for you this morning. Because Christ didn't go about his ministry seeking popularity amongst the good and the great of the day, did he? He was no popularity hunter or flatterer of the influential people in society, as we tend naturally to want to do. That fact in itself made him despised by some. Doedd heb chwenychu, chymod chwilio am anrydedd a statws yn y gymdeithas. And as for the company he kept, remember, they were regarded as the lowest of the low, the outcasts of respectable company and society. He was the last person in the world to let pride and self-centeredness affect him. And because of that, the proud people of the society despised him. Look at that Nazarene. And you know, those who looked for high qualifications and training, as far as education and learning were concerned, they couldn't see lot in this Nazarene. He wasn't educated like the scribes and the Pharisees. A chi mod y rai hynny wedyn ni oedd yn disgwyl rhyw ymddangosiad nerthol o bwer militaraidd, do fe? I orchfygu Rufain drwy llyd a nerth. Ond nhw yn ei ddirmygu fe hefyd. Weren't his disciples, his closest band of followers, they were another reason for contempt and disdain that was poured upon him. Ignorant fishermen, dear me. How could he have chosen such followers? Weren't there again learned scribes and Pharisees and rabbis? Surely he could have called some of those to be his followers. Ac os rhywbeth, wrth gwrs, ath e cam ymhellach, do fe, i gythryddo yr ysgrifenyddion a'r Phariseaid, because he actually dared to tell these scribes and Pharisees that there was nothing whatsoever in their outward show of religion. In their fastings and their washings and their tithing, he said, you blind guides, he said, you hypocrites. He went on to tell them all that their outward religion was a lie. It was a lie, a worthless lie, unless the inside, the heart and the soul of a person was clean. Don't give me your outward religion. Ac wrth gwrs, roedd hyn yn ormod iddyn nhw, yn doedd? Ond nhw methu derbyn y peth. We can't bear it, they say. He's nothing but a Nazarene. Who is he to tell us what to do? And so they turned their backs on him and rejected him, despised him. And today in 2024, just as much as then, there are ungodly and glory-seeking individuals who despise him for what he is, because probably they know perfectly well what the gospel is and what it teaches them. But because of that, they despise him, because they're seeking their own glory and gratification. Ac yna'n ail y bore yma, mae dilynwyr y Nazareaid yn cael ei hadnabod fel rai o sect y Nazaread. Hynny yw, mae rhaid iddyn nhw, a ni, fel i ddilynwyr, i gael ein dirmygu yr un peth a'n harweinydd ni. In the book of Acts, there was another little reading. I didn't give you 4 readings. I thought 3 was enough. There is a 4th. In the book of Acts, we read the following account of Paul being tried before the Roman governor Felix. And Tertullus, a spokesman on behalf of the high priest Ananias from the Sanhedrin, he said, "For we have found this man a plague." Paul, that is, we have found this man a plague, one who stirs up riots among all the Jews throughout the world, and is a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. And that's my second point to you this morning, the followers of the Nazarene, known as the sect of the Nazarenes, must expect to bear and suffer part of the indignation and the disdain poured on their leader. Nid ryfedd os gwawdir y gwas, can sgwawd gafodd arglwydd y nef. Chi'n gofio'r emyn? Ac os dilynwch chi Iesu Grist, ac yn ei ddilyn e yn llawn ac yn llwyr, allai weithoch chi, allai wentro gweud un peth wrthoch chi, byddwch chi'n siŵr o gael eich galw rhyw enw atgas neu gilydd gan rai. You're so old-fashioned and behind the times, some will tell you that that's not the worst names to be called, mind. I can think of some very much worse than that. But, you know, people will deride you as followers of Jesus for not embracing perhaps modern attitudes and beliefs, Oh, you're stuck in an ancient, out-of-touch book written centuries and even millennia ago, some of it. Dear me, have you ever heard of such rubbish on their part? An out-of-touch attitude on their part? Iesu Grist yr un ddoi heddiw ac yn dragywydd. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. That's exactly what I want to be. Hold fast to that faith which was delivered 2,000 years ago. And I tell you what, you won't go far wrong. Achos bydd llawer yn dweud y bore yma, bydden nhw'n gweud wrthoch chi, gallwn ni dderbyn, gallwn ni dderbyn ein moral compass ni o lefydd eraill ar wahân i'r Beibl, sy'n eisiau ni droi at y Beibl. Surely we don't need to have things revealed to us as they are in the Bible. That's the attitude of so many these days. We can get our moral compass from other places. We can learn our morality and our goodness from other sources apart from the Bible. Don't give me that. That's what many will tell you this morning. Nawr, mae modd I fyw bywyd sy'n llawn o rinweddau Cristnogol, heb fod yn Gristion, o ein bodlon cyfaddau hynny. Mae hynny yn wir, wrth reswm I fod e. Ond dim ond peth o'r cyfan yw hwnna. Dim ond rhyw ran fach o'r stori yw hynny. But my third and final point to you this morning is to note, after all, that there's nothing despicable, nothing to despise in either Christ or his followers. What is there to be ashamed of in him? For I am not ashamed of the gospel, says Paul in his letter to the Romans, for it is the power of God for salvation to everyone who believes. No, there's nothing at all to be ashamed of in being a Christian. But, of course, unfortunately, there are many Christians, and us included, dear me, don't point a finger, us included at times, who don't so much reflect Jesus in the world, but rather cast a shadow over him. Ni'n adrodd ym mhob oedfa gymyn, ond ni, mae anghefn y llyfrau yma cyfamod eglwysig a'r llinell honno o'r cyfamod eglwysig I adlewyrchu cariad Crist yn y byd. To reflect Christ's love in the world. Ydyn ni'n gwneud hynny bob amser, gwedwch? Na. Our words and our actions, without mentioning our thoughts, they all fall far short of the mark, don't they, at times, so often. And we're not so much a reflection of Christ's love, but as I say, casting a shadow, hiding it. I quoted from Benjamin Francis's hymn earlier, nid ryfedd os gwawdir y gwas. Cans gwawd gafodd arglwydd y nef. It's no wonder if the servant or worker is ridiculed, because the Lord of heaven himself was ridiculed. And you know, although our many failings and shortcomings, our honor and privilege this morning and every morning is to serve the one who was despised and rejected of men. Remember that lovely aria from the Messiah? He was despised. A wna i'ch gadael chi gyda geiriau pennill ola hwnnw o emyn Benjamin Francis. Un o'n ffefrynnau, mae'n rhaid cyfaddau. Nid oes arnaf gwylydd o'i groes. A'i groes yw fy ngoron o hyd, a'i fywyd i'm gwared ar oes, fy ngheidwad am prynodd mor ddrud. Dioddefodd waradwydd a phoen, a'r felltith ar galfar I fryn. Fan rhydedd, cofiwch, fan rhydedd yw canlyn yr oen a ddioddefodd fel hyn. Gogoniant yw enw. Amen. Ac fe ganwn ni, gyda'n gilydd I ddyweddu ein hoedfa, 314, 314. Yn ynais yn of dan, perffeithiaf dan yn ef, ni all y moroedd mawr ddiffoddi mohono ef. Dy lais, dy wedd a gweld y waed sy'n troi ngelynion dan fy nrhaid. Wel, dyma'r gwrthrych cyn, a dyma'r awr a'r lle cysegra fi fy hun yn gyfan iddo fe. Ffarwel, ffarwel bob eilyn mwy, mae cariad Iesu'n drech na hwy. 3-1-4. Gawn ni roi ein gofal nawr i'r arglwydd. Let us commit ourselves to God in prayer. Farwel, farwel bob eilyn mwy. Mae cariad Iesu'n drech na hwy. Gollwng ni yn awr o dadnefol o dan dy fendith gyfoethog. A bydde di ras ein harglwydd ni Iesu Grist a chariad diw a chymdeithas yr ysbryd glân i aros gyda ni ac i weithio ynom ni a thrwom ni o'r awr hon hyd yn oes oesoedd. Amen.